This is HealthOdysseyHub's free medical content writing series made for healthcare professionals.
Welcome back. In video 4, we've covered evidence-based thinking. That is the skill that makes client come back to you repeatedly. Today is the most practical video in this entire series. How to write your first health article. I am going to give you a simple 5-part structure that works for any health topic, any audience, and any format. Once you know this structure, you will never stare at a blank page again. Let us look at the real reason why most of the healthcare professionals never write their first article. It is not lack of knowledge. You have spent years building medical knowledge, and that is not the problem. Neither is the lack of time. The problem is not knowing where to start. You open a document, you have a topic in mind, and you have no idea what the first sentence should be. So you close the document and tell yourself you will try again tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week, and next week becomes never. The 5-part structure I am about to give you removes the problem completely. You will always know exactly what to write first, what comes next, and how to end. The blank page stops being scary when you have a clear map to follow. Every health article, regardless of the topic, length, or audience, follows the 5 parts. That is, part 1, the headline, followed by the introduction, then the body, then practical takeaway, and at the last, the conclusion. This is the complete structure. Every health article you have ever read that worked well followed some version of this. So let us see each and every part. We'll start with the part 1, that is the headline. The headline is the most important line in your entire article, not because it is the longest or the most detailed one, but because it is the only thing your reader sees before deciding whether to read anything else. A good headline does 3 things. It tells the reader what the article is all about. It gives them a reason to care, and it is specific enough that they know this article is relevant to them. So here are 3 simple formulas that work well. First is how to. Like how to manage thyroid symptoms naturally, what the evidence says. Second is start with a question, like is your fatigue normal or is something else going on? And the third is the specific fact. You can start with some fact, like most Indians are deficient in this vitamin and do not know it. So write at least 3 headline options before choosing one. The first headline you think of is almost never the best one, and the third or the fourth usually is. Part 2 is the introduction. The introduction has only one job, that is, to make the reader want to read the next paragraph. It does not need to summarize your entire article. It does not need to be very long. It just needs to give the reader a reason to keep reading. The simplest introduction formula has 3 sentences. Sentence 1, start with a hook. Hook is like a something surprising or a question they already are asking or a situation they recognize from their own life. Sentence 2 is the context, okay? Why this matters, who it affects, how common it is. And then the sentence 3, that is the promise, like what they will know or be able to do by the time they finish reading the article. Now, one thing to never do in a health article introduction is start with the definition. Okay, starting with the definition like diabetes is a chronic metabolic disorder characterized by elevated blood glucose. It is the fastest way to lose your reader in the first line. See, your reader came to you with a specific question. Please answer that. Do not give them a textbook first. Part 3 is the body. This is where your main context lives. And the most important rule for the body of a health article is simple. That is 1 idea per section or 1 idea per paragraph. Now, if you find yourself writing a paragraph that is covering 2 separate points, please split it. If a section is covering 3 different topics, split it into 3 sections with their own headings and subheadings. Headings inside the body of an article are not just for the design, they let your readers scan and find exactly what they need. Most readers of online health content do not read every word, they scan for the part that is relevant to them. Now, if your article has no headings, readers cannot find what they came for, and they will eventually leave. Also, keep your sentences short. Aim for about 15 to 20 words per sentence on an average. Read each sentence out loud. If you run out of breath before the full stop, that means the sentence is too long. Please break it into 2. Part 4 is the practical takeaway. This is the part that most health articles skip, and it is the part readers remember most. That is, what do you want your readers to actually do? The practical takeaway will contain that. It should be specific, small, and with some action. That is what will stay with the reader. And that is what gets shared also. And that is what makes the reader come back to you, to your writing, because they trust that you give them something they can actually use, not just the information that they will forget by the next morning. Last part, that is part 5, is the conclusion. Conclusion should be short and clear. 1 or 2 sentences that brings the reader back to the single most important thing you want them to remember. Not a summary of everything you have covered, but just one thing. And then please include a call to action. Give the reader a next step. If any of the symptoms apply to you, please speak to your doctor this week, or share this with someone in your family who needs it, or just follow, for example, HealthOdysseyHub for more evidence-based health content. A call to action gives the reader somewhere to go after they finish. Without it, even a very good article ends with the reader thinking, okay, interesting, and moving on. Okay, with it, they do something. And doing something means your writing has some impact on them. Now, how to choose your first topic? Pick something you genuinely know, a condition you have studied or treated, a question patients or family members ask you regularly, or a public health issue you have seen affect people in your community. Personal connection to a topic comes through in writing. When you write about something you care about and understand deeply, it shows. The examples are more specific, the explanation are more confident, and the writing feels alive rather than being copied from somewhere. Type your topic into Google before you write. Look at the people also ask section. Every question in that box is something real people are searching for. If your article answers one of those questions directly, it has a real audience waiting for it. So that is video 5, the 5-part structure for any health article. Your assignment from this video is write a 400 to 500 word health article on a topic you know well. Use the 5-part structure, cite some credible sources, read it out loud before you finish, then publish it either on LinkedIn, Medium, or submit it to HealthOdysseyHub. Please do not leave it in your draft. For video 6, your first 3 portfolio pieces, what to write, where to publish, and how to use them to get your first client. Please subscribe, and the free health writing starter guide is in the description and bio, which is free, no sign up needed. See you all in video 6. Thank you.
This series is brought to you by HealthOdysseyHub, India's health writing and communication platform, founded by Dr. Shelja Chauhan.